Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Bubble Talks. This is Mansi, and here's where we talk about productivity and life management. Today's video was extremely special to me because we're going to talk about productivity and mindfulness, and I have a very special guest with us online with whom I had the privilege to chat upon a new concept. It's called productivity quotient. So my guest for today is Heta Shah. She is a clinical psychologist and I have known her personally from the last 10 years. So Heta, along with two brilliant ladies, Anaga and Vishakha, have established their own clinic called Astitva Clinic. They're based out of Mumbai and they provide a lot of services in the pediatric as well as the geriatric departments. So I'm going to post more information about them as well in the video. So if you all need any help, you all can go ahead and reach out to them. So Hida is a clinical psychologist and she's been associated with the Department of Pediatrics in Sion Hospital for a couple of years. And then she ventured into creating her own entrepreneurship with Astitva Clinic. And today I'm really happy that I had a chat with her and I'm here to introduce you all to the concept of productivity quotient. So let's jump right into it. Hi Hida, how are you?
Hello, Mansi. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. So, Hita, thank you so much for taking the time in joining us and sharing your thoughts around productivity and introducing us to some new concepts to maintain our mental health and well being. So, can we just sort of jump onto it and get to know your thoughts around what do you think is productivity in your own words?
So, productivity is a term which mainly we see when it comes to industrial and corporate sector, where we want to achieve certain goals, and the productivity which has been measured in terms of input-output ratio. But here, what I'm trying to speak is about personal productivity, given that the scenario that we are in.
Hmm.
So, according to me, if I have to define productivity, is something given the cognitive and physical resources that we have in our hand, given that the time that we have, what is it the max that we can do out of it? That's how I would put it across as being productive.
Okay, got it. And given the lockdown situation, how do you think we can measure it, or how do you think we can say, okay, today I was productive versus yesterday I wasn't productive? So, what is that level that we can achieve as an individual and say that, okay, I was productive today?
So that's a very good question because we have been so much onto the social media that 24 hours being at home, not being going out in this lockdown, and it's been almost 2 months. We get a lot of influence by the social media. Oh, that person is so doing so many things. Why I'm not doing anything?
Yeah.
But if I have to say the productivity part of it, and I would put it across as productivity quotient, we
Okay.
understand things much better when it comes to numbers, because otherwise what would be productive for you might be completely different for me.
Correct.
To put it very simply in terms of example, so for example, if a person is watching a movie on a Netflix and gaining certain information, or it's related to the person's profession, that person might think I'm being productive because I gained something out of it.
Right.
But on to the other end, a person who doesn't like Netflix at all would be like, what are you constantly doing on Netflix? So I think
Yeah.
it's a little subjective term, though we have a Oxford definition to it. And when it comes to measuring of it, then it would be how many things that I have been able to do in a day. And as I previously put across, given the time and mental resources that I have, we shouldn't be forgetting the concept of mental resources here, which has been very important.
Hmm.
Where at home, we have been doing multiple things,
Right.
working from home, household work,
Yeah.
managing children, taking time to learn new skills. So, considering all of it, that's how we could have our own productive quotient.
Got it. And one very interesting thing is that it could be different for me every day, right? So I could
Yes,
have a different productivity quotient yesterday versus today. And it could be
yes,
different from what your productivity quotient is for yourself too, if I understand
correct,
correctly.
correct,
So can
correct.
you help us understand on how do I sort of measure it? How do I know if I'm doing it the right way in measuring my productivity quotient?
So, what I put it as, you could have your own productive quotient for the day. So, for example, it could be out of a scale of a 10. Yeah, so give yourself a number. Okay, how much productive I am today.
Yeah.
Then we could have is, okay, what is it that I can be at? I know 10 out of 10 is the idealistic that we all look at, but
True.
here, rather than being idealistic, it is about how practically I need to set my quotient.
Right.
So, for example, if I have set up 8 things to be done for today, I'm able to manage, say, 5 or 6 out of it. That's how I'll calculate my productivity. So,
Got it.
5 out of 8, I was able to do it. So, that will come across to a quotient, the percentage of it. That's how you could calculate your daily productivity quotient for yourself. And then you could compare, okay, on Monday I was this much productive, on Tuesday I was this, and that's how you could have your own graph of it. And Mansi, to put it, let's not forget that when we were otherwise also in the normalcy situation, it was not that through all 365 days we were
Yeah.
productive. There itself, there were
Yeah.
certain days where we were not.
True.
So
True.
let's not force ourselves to be the productive in this lockdown.
No, I agree, but I'll tell you what has happened is there's a lot of comparison, and like you rightly pointed out earlier, right? Like we are so much on social media these days more than what we would be otherwise, right? So
Correct.
earlier, while you are in your job, you would not be on social media as much. Right now, it's like I have like 10 minutes. Let me just go on Instagram and see what somebody else is doing. And right from celebrities to like your colleagues, everybody is trying something new. Right from recipes, I think we spoke about this earlier.
Yes,
There is this thing, right? Like, oh, if she's doing, then why not me? Right? And that's
correct,
somewhere
correct.
for us mentally or subconsciously defines, okay, now I'm being productive if I'm doing something like making a dalgona coffee. Right? So that
Correct.
comparison, I think, affects us a lot, and that is what needs to stop, as you rightly said. It is my productivity with myself on a daily basis, and I don't have to like burn myself out to achieving that 100% also on a daily basis.
Yes, yes, because as soon as we start into the inter comparison, that's why it starts taking a toll onto our physical and mental health. So either we would land up being overproductive
Hmm.
or we would land up being underproductive.
Hmm.
Overproductive in the sense that, for example, if you have done something and put up on the social media, I would like, no, Mansi did, chalo, let me push myself and even let me try. It
Yeah.
might not be of my interest. So I might
Right.
be just exhausting my resources in terms of time, energy, materialistic things onto the things that I don't like. Or
Yeah.
onto the other hand, I might be underproductive in the sense that it would be, oh, she is able to do it, why I'm not able to do it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
both ways it would have impact onto our own physical and mental health as soon as I start inter comparison. But
Got it.
if I have an intra comparison, that will help me to establish and have my own graph chart, whether I'm being able to utilize the maximum of what I can.
Got it. Okay. Um, so when do you think does it become an area of concern for us? Like you spoke about being overproductive and underproductive, right?
Correct, correct.
So having said the concept of productivity quotient, and we should do an intra comparison and not inter comparison, how me as an individual, how can I measure that it is affecting my mental health or wellness? What is that point or trigger?
So as I mentioned, there might be few days where you might not be willing to do certain things, or you might not be at all productive, or your productive quotient would be low. But
Right.
if it happens consistently, it might start manifesting in terms of there might be disturbances in sleep. Either you would be sleeping a lot, or there might be sleeping less, which we call as insomnia. There
Right.
might be changes in your appetite. Irritability might come in. You might be just worrying about what would happen next. For example, if I'm not able to focus on my work because of that, okay, what would happen with all the layoffs happening? What will be the pay scale appraisal happening? So
Right.
that's how it starts affecting. And another thing is if it is on a consistent basis. So as I said, we could have intra comparison chart. So on a chart, if consistently I'm being performing poor, my productivity quotient is being low,
Yeah.
or there is a decline onto it, that's where it becomes an area of a concern.
Got it. And if I feel that, okay, I am in that area of concern, say for a week or two, and I'm facing some of these, signs that you just mentioned, like a loss of
Yes.
appetite or insomnia, and on either of the sides, or eating more, for example. So
Yeah.
what that I should do as a measure? Like, would you recommend some strategies of doing that? And when do you think is a good time for me to sort of reach out versus manage it on my own? So can you just highlight that also?
Yes, yes. So it's very important. As an individual, I might start with certain self-help remedies. So certain self-help remedies, as soon as you see your graph being on a lower side, then few remedies that I could suggest is you could have your own self-appraisal. Like
Okay.
how at a workplace we have our own appraisals. If I reach
Right.
my target consistently, if I'm productive, then there is an appraisal happening from my HR.
Yeah.
Same way, we could have set up our self-help appraisal. So, as in your one of your previous video, there was something on a Trello wherein you help the audiences to understand how to get your schedule. So,
Right.
same way you could have your schedule. If you are able to achieve your schedule or the most part of your schedule through the week, probably then on the weekend, what you can do is pat your own self or give yourself a
Reward.
1 hour,
Yeah.
yeah, reward system, correct. So
Yeah.
give yourself probably an hour off from the complete household work, or
Yeah.
probably set up a time that would be a movie time. So something of a self appraisal reward, that could be
Hmm.
something that can work out.
Okay.
Second thing is start communicating with your family members or the trustworthy person that
Hmm.
this is what it is I'm going through. So communicating is plays a very important role.
Right.
Get include all the participants or your family members to do the household work who are ready to share the responsibilities.
Hmm.
I know there are not all families who have been very cooperative. There have been lots of cases of it also, but even if one family has been member is cooperative and able to share the responsibility, allow them to help you out. There
Right.
is no harm in seeking help
Right.
from family members also.
Yeah.
And lastly, what I would say is eat good, sleep well, most important parts of it.
Yeah.
At times when you are doing your work, also get certain breaks in between. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say break in terms of, okay, go drink water. Yeah, those are important. But if you could just stretch your body, move your body a little, because when you move your body, automatically the brain signals have been there. The neuronal connections that we have gets more energized. Yeah,
Right.
so that will also help you to build up your resilience power to a greater extent.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rightly said. So that's something I mentioned about in my earlier videos. So I did mention about
Yes,
stretching, but the
yes,
whole psychological or the neurological connect is, it's coming here, guys. So
yeah,
I wanted to know the reason why you need to stretch. So that's
here it
why you
is.
need to stretch. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And post, if this certain self-help remedies doesn't work and still you have been facing concern and don't know where to escape to or where to reach out to, that's where mental health professionals so might help you out with it, to understand the reasons behind it, to understand the pattern to it, and what are the certain psychotherapeutic strategies that will help you with it.
Got
Because at times it might be certain unresolved conflicts within you
it.
that's not helping you out to bounce back.
Got it. So, can you tell us how can we reach out to you?
Yes, so we have our social media handles on Astitva Clinic. So you would be able to find us on Instagram, Facebook page has been there. Or then there is a contact number also which would be available on Google. I would put it out here also. So it
Sure.
is 9136 008076. I'll repeat it again. It's 9136 008076. And you could drop us also an email, that's astitvaclinic at gmail.com. We also, in this time of crisis, have started with online sessions, tele sessions, wherein we provide it to all the individuals, irrespective of the age group, right from pediatric to geriatric. So, anytime if you feel that consistently you have been unproductive, don't be hesitant and just reach out to us or any other mental health professional that you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great advice, Heta. Thank you so much for taking the time for us today. And it was really helpful to understand a lot of things from your end in terms of what is the productivity quotient and have some kind of self awareness as well. So again, thank you very much, and I'm hoping this will benefit a lot of us, including me.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mansi, for it. It's just that we've had a common motive of just helping the community to the maximum. And I hope that this reaches out to the maximum of them and they do work onto their productivity quotient and get back to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video and learned a new concept of productivity quotient. And I'm really excited to go ahead and try it in my life. Let me know what do you guys think and if you all have tried it yet or not. And keep me motivated by liking, sharing, commenting. I have more information about Astitva Clinic as well in the description box. So if you all feel the need, please do reach out and just ask for help, guys. Like, this is what we are here for. And if you all have any concept in mind that you all want me to talk about or share, definitely reach out. Thank you. If you all enjoyed this video, guys, please do like, share and subscribe and reach out to me. Let me know what your thoughts are around this, because it keeps me motivated. I also learn a lot of new things by collaborating and talking to new people, and my ultimate goal is so that we can just grow together. So guys, do like, share, subscribe and keep watching.